Aye! Subscribe.
Burst of Destiny is looking to be one of the best set releases since Rise of the Duelist. It comes out officially on November 4th for OTS stores and November 5th everywhere else. However, you can get the cards even earlier if you pop into a Burst of Destiny premiere event. Not only do we get new powerful archetypes in this set, we also see some new accessible boss monsters and plenty of strong pieces of support for existing decks. The latter being our focus for today as we reveal some of the new upgrades to existing decks in this video. Before we get into it, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to most out of Burst of Destiny. And of course, button! Alright, what better place to start than with a deck that's very close to my heart? Rockets. They get a few new support cards in Burst of Destiny, one of those being Drytron, Borrowload Riot Dragon. Yes, that's an ultra rare level 8 ritual monster, meaning Rocket players can now make use of pre-preparation of rites. You can ritual summon this card with Heavy Interlock. When your opponent special summons a monster, quick effect, you can negate this special summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then destroy this card or one rocket monster you control. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Borrel or rocket monster in your graveyard. Destroy one card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add that target to your hand. You can only use each effect of Borrowload Riot Dragon once per turn. So not only are you getting a special summon negate on a 3k body, but you're also getting to trigger your rocket effects by destroying them. On top of that, the grave effect is insane, dude. Allowing you to recycle Borrels and rockets from grave by destroying anything in your hand can set you up for some nice plays and grind games without even ever summoning it. It gets even better though, because if you do plan on summoning this, you get a little cherry on top when using the new ritual spell Heavy Interlock. This card is used to ritual summon Borrowload Riot Dragon. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field and or destroy rocket monsters from your hand or face-up field whose total levels equal 8 or more. The monsters special summoned by this effect cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster special summoned from the extra deck and is unaffected by the activated effect of any monster special summoned from the extra deck. That is some really nice protection on a 3k body. Notice how this also destroys and triggers your rocket monsters, so I think this little two-piece meal here is maybe not going to be used in Dragon Link in general, but definitely could be fun in a more rocket-heavy build. Summon every Borrel challenge, let's go. Moving on to a very highly anticipated Link 4 monster that can single-handedly bring a lot more life to its archetype. We have an ultra rare Evil Twins Trouble Sunny. 3300 attack as well, by the way. I'd be smug too if I was her. Quick effect. You can tribute this card as cost. Special summon up to one Kiss-a-Kill monster and up to one Lilla monster from your graveyard. So that could be the Link monsters or the main deck monsters depending on what you need in that certain situation. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send one Evil Twin monster from your hand, deck, or face-up field to the graveyard as cost, so you can foolish for cost basically. Send one card on the field to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Evil Twins Trouble Sunny once per turn. So you can punch for 3,300 and then tag out in the battle phase for big OTK potential, chain block in your Link monsters effects after you summon them both as well, and you have non-targeting, non-destructive removal giving you an easy out to things like Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, while also getting your level 8 main deck monster into the grave. I guarantee you this gets a Starlight printing just like the last few live twin monsters, but yeah, I definitely expect to see a lot more twins players going forward. Next up we have our first secret rare, another boss monster that really helps out its archetype, and that's Zoroa the Magistus Conflagrant Calamity. Level 8 Synchro monster. If this card is synchro summoned, you can equip one Magistus monster from your extra deck to this card. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same card type, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link, as a Magistus monster card in your spell and trap zone. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Magistus card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Zoroa, the Magistus Conflagrant Calamity, once per turn. With access to all extra deck types, you have the potential to lock out your opponent no matter what they're playing. The equips don't have to be equipped to Zoroa himself, so Magistus can easily lock out multiple types in just one turn. Also, notice that the materials are somewhat generic, just requiring any spellcaster tuner, so things like Harmonizing Magician and the new Incredible Ecclesia the Virtuous are interesting options to consider. Our next ultra rare is an actual behemoth, ranking in the top 5 highest attack main deck monsters printed so far. We have an ultra rare Machina Ruin Force. 4,600 attack is just ridiculous, dude, and it's easy to summon as well. Cannot be normal summoned or set. must be special summoned from your graveyard by banishing machine monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equal 12 or more. When your opponent activates a card or effect during the battle phase, quick effect, you can pay half your life points. Negate that activation, and if you do, have your opponent's life points. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon up to 3 of your banished Machina monsters whose total levels equal 12 or less. You can only use each effect of Machina Ruin Force once per turn. So this is very easy to get out. You've got plenty of ways of getting it to the graveyard through things like Scrap Recycler, Machina Unclaspare, Machina Fortress. At first glance, you don't really think too much about the battle phase negation, but when you couple this with Machina Citadel, you literally just win. In the battle phase, you can use Citadel's effect targeting Ruin Force to wipe your opponent's board, and if they bother trying to negate it, you can negate that negate with Ruin Force, and then half their life points on top of that. Then, because Ruin Force was destroyed by card effect, it doesn't matter if it's your effect or your opponent's effect, you can still trigger its effect to reborn up to 3 banished Machina monsters. That deck just gets scarier and scarier, dude. Oh my. This next card is definitely one of the hottest topics when it comes to Burst of Destiny. To no one's surprise, coming in secret rare, raise your Verti Anacondas for Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Monsters your opponent controls lose 200 attack for each hero card in your graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer once per turn. Quick effect, you can destroy both one card you control and one card on the field. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can activate this effect. Special summon one Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard during the standby phase of the next turn. While it just seems like a quick effect to pop a card, there is a lot you can do with this monster. Compared to the likes of Red Eye's Dark Dragoon, its fusion pieces are actually useful as opposed to just clogging your hand. Fusion Destiny, for example, can be used to summon him after you've played out your turn, compared to Red Eye's Fusion, which you can't activate if you want to summon any other monsters. The materials you use also offer follow-up plays, whether it be Destiny Hero Malicious or Dasher or Celestial. Of course, it can pop itself and then return on the next standby phase, but you can also tech cards like Artifact Dagda with this, since the destruction doesn't target. Setting a Scythe from deck to pop on your opponent's turn while popping one of their cards, for example, is very strong. It's not independently as powerful as Dragoon, but the better engine requirements and smoother flow may see a lot of people switch over to this instead of Dragoon. That is a topic I'm really curious to get your thoughts on, so what do you think will happen between this and Dragoon with Anaconda? Let me know in the comments. And finally, we have some very nice additions to the Despia deck. Starting off with an ultra rare Masquerade the Blazing Dragon, requiring one Despia monster and one light or dark monster, so a very good super poly target. While you control this fusion summon card, your opponent must pay 600 life points to activate cards or effects. If your opponent controls a ritual fusion synchro Xyz or link monster while this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Masquerade the Blazing Dragon once per turn. Love the artwork, love the throwback to Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon, and love the fact that it can just reborn itself as a quick effect. Keep in mind, the burn effect does not apply if it reborns itself because it's no longer fusion summoned, but all round it just seems like a very fun card to play with. We also have the corrupted version of Dogmatica Ashayan here, ad libitum of Despia. During your main phase, you can make all monsters currently on the field gain attack equal to their own level times 100 until the end of the opponent's turn. If this card in your hand or field is used as fusion material and sent to the graveyard or banished, you can target one of your Despia monsters or level 8 or higher fusion monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, except ad libitum of Despia, special summon it. You can only use each effect of ad libitum of Despia once per turn. So similar to Dramaturge, who can special summon itself back when used as fusion material, this can special summon back any other Despia monster or level 8 or higher fusion monster, regardless of whether it's in grave or banished. That alone sounds like you can get up to some very juicy plays. I don't know, I'm very excited about the new Despia stuff. I'm very excited about a lot of these stuff coming out in Burst of Destiny, not gonna lie. That is, however, all of the cards I have to reveal to you today. Do stay tuned for a couple of boxes that may or may not be getting opened on Friday. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and I will see you in the next one.